Now it's really important that your tank or pond has very good surface agitation, because the surface agitation is one of the most important things as far as your stock levels and capacity is concerned. Because not only is this agitation of the surface what's super important as far as increasing the dissolved oxygen level of the water, but increasing the dissolved oxygen level of the water is also going to increase the redox potential. And what the redox potential is basically how fast can the bacteria oxidize organics. So let's say that you've got an aquarium with a bunch of big fish in it, or fish in it, and they've got a certain oxygen requirement. If the surface of your water is still, then it'll have high surface tension and you won't get good gas exchange. It's really important that the surface is broken up, because that's going to allow the gas exchange with low surface tension. And it's really important that we're running basically oxygen saturation in our aquariums. So an oxygen level of 8 is totally good, 8 or more even. And there are some very simple oxygen test kits available on the market now from companies such as JBL. So I'm constantly surprised about oxygen levels. So I'll have an aquarium that I think everything's fine, and then I'll test the oxygen, and I would have sworn black and blue to you that the oxygen level was fine. But I find by testing it, sometimes it's not fine. I then improve the oxygen and the tank performs better. So oxygen is something that you really can't take for granted, and it's also something that you can't assume. And up until recently, as I've started really testing oxygen, I've really found that the fact that you think that the oxygen level is okay and it looks okay, it does not mean that it's actually okay. The only way to be sure is to test it. It takes 2 seconds to test, and then you know for sure. And I am regularly shocked how regularly I'll test oxygen and it's not right. I fix it and the environment improves. Now, as far as the importance of oxygen, having adequate dissolved oxygen level in the tank would probably be the next most important thing after water. And improving your dissolved oxygen level will also improve your redox potential. And the redox potential of an aquarium is how fast the bacteria is able to break down organics. So if you've got high redox water, then your bacteria is working very efficiently. If you've got low redox water, that means your bacteria is working very slowly. And if the bacteria is working very slowly, that means you need a lot more bacteria to do the same job. And if you need a lot more bacteria to do the same job, that means the bacteria is going to be sucking out more and more oxygen. So it's basically a big spiral down. So rule number 1, make sure you have very good surface agitation on your aquarium. Rule number 2 is never assume that your oxygen level's okay when you can get a very basic test kit that can check that it's okay. I'll just see if I've got one in stock. And I don't. That's cool. Anyway, here's one. Sold out of oxygen test kits. Anyway, they come a part of these JBL labs, and you can buy them separately. Worth their weight in gold. I thought I did have one though. No. Oh, I'm gonna have to admit I sold it. Oh well. Feel free to comment.